my favorite accessories to accessorize with in the summer is a scarf. So I thought today I would share different ways to style a scarf this summer. And the nice thing about scarves is you can use whatever scarf that you have. Like I feel like scarves don't go out of style. And they're so beautiful, especially because they usually have like a really pretty print and fun colors. And you can like kind of adjust which colors are showing. So as an example, if I use this in my hair and like my outfit has more blue in it, I can tie it in a way so like more blue is showing, or I can tie it in a way where like more pink is showing. So it's just really fun, and believe it or not, this top, I use that in quotations because this is actually a scarf that I turned into a top just by the way I styled it. So sharing different ways to style a scarf this summer, and I guess we'll start with how to do this top. So for this one, all you'll need is a necklace, and I prefer a necklace that is kind of like a statement. I think it's really pretty when it's a statement and like really bold and thick, something like this. Or just something that's like closer to your neckline. Okay, necklace is on, and then next you'll need your scarf. And for this one, you'll need a scarf that's kind of on the bigger side just because you'll need to wrap it around your body. And so you take your scarf, and then what you'll want to do is actually take it so that it's like a diamond shape. And then I really love this pink color in the scarf, so that's what I really would like to show at the front. So I'm going to take this and then take the matching end. So you have your diamond shape, and then take the bottom corner and then put it together like this, and then you're just going to put it under the necklace, and then you're just going to tie it into a knot. So I just do 2 knots just so it's nice and secure. So here's 1 knot, and then 2 knots, do a little snug so it doesn't go anywhere. And then I also just kind of, so it'll look like this, I'll just flip it under just so that that doesn't show. And then here's what we're working with now. And by the way, I'm wearing a tube top here just for the sake of this tutorial, just so I'm not flashing everybody. And you could leave the tube top on as well if you prefer, just so that your back has more coverage, or take it off. So now this is what we're working with. And this is nice too because you can adjust the length. So if you want it to be longer, you can leave it longer, or you can just kind of flip it a little to the length that you desire. And then you're just gonna simply tie it in the back. And I do 2 knots just so it doesn't go anywhere. And then we're gonna do 1 knot and then 2 knots. And then you can just make adjustments if you would like, and there's your top. I think this is so pretty. And see, the tube top is showing, so I would just remove that tube top so it's more of an open back. I think it looks so beautiful, especially with that bold statement necklace showing. This looks, for some reason, looks so expensive to me. I think just the combination of the scarf, the like material of the scarf, the pattern, all the pretty colors, and then that bold statement necklace showing. Like, this is so pretty for like every day or vacation. There's so many ways to turn a scarf into a top. So another way is to take your scarf, and I really like this pink section of my scarf, so I'm gonna make it so that shows and make it into a triangle. And the only thing with this one is you have to be careful for any wardrobe malfunctions. I am a little, what's the word I'm looking for? Hesitant to wear this one unless I were to wear maybe something underneath, just because I had a wardrobe malfunction. It was a top, but it was like in this kind of silky scarf material, and it was a halter neck top, and you tie it at the neck. And I tied it tight too. But with this material, especially if you're like moving around a lot, I find that knots can come undone, and that's what happened. My top just like came undone, but luckily I caught it in time. So I'm a little scarred by that. So this one, I would say you might want to wear like a tube top like this underneath, just in case, especially if you're going to be like doing a lot of walking and moving and using your arms a lot. So this one, it's really cute style. That's why I do like that other one I just shared with the necklace, because I feel like that one pretty like more safe, more secure, I should say, than something like this that has the potential for a wardrobe malfunction. Okay, so you're just going to tie it in the back, and I think this is so cute. I love that triangle shape. And then this one, I could have done it like this, but it's a little long. So then I just kind of like rolled the top a little. So it's like 1 inch rolled. Another variation for a top. So take your scarf, and then we're going to just connect two ends together. So we have this triangle. And then we are going to take our 2 ends now, and then, I'm trying to think, wait, we are gonna, oh, okay, yes. The 2 ends, and then we're gonna tie a knot, but you need to make sure, just once, there's enough room so that the tails can tie around your neck. So just about that, and then we're gonna tie it around our neck. So I just tied the ends around my neck and I did 2 knots in the back. So we have this, and it doesn't look like much, but wait for it. So now we're gonna take this, so that less the other ends, and then you're gonna tie it around yourself in the back. And there's not too much fabric. I mean, I guess it depends on how big, trying to get the ends, how big your scarf is. So this scarf is like just barely big enough to do this with. And all right, so this is what it looks like. I think this is so pretty. It creates kind of like a bubbly effect, and I love this type of neckline where it's like a knot at your neck and then it ties in the back. I think this is such a pretty neckline. It shows your shoulders, and then struggling a little over here to get the second knot, but this is how the back would look like. So it's a lot more exposed in the back. And then I should probably, and the scarves I'm using are just scarves I've had for a while now. And I do want to measure it just so that you could get an idea of how big the scarf that I'm using is. Ooh. It is about it is about 35 inches long and wide, 'cause it's square. So just for reference on this one. One of my favorite ways to style a scarf is around the handle of a bag. And I think this looks so cute and so chic, especially in the spring and the summertime. And this would also be great for work, where sometimes with work, especially if you work in like a very like business professional type of environment where you're kind of limited as to like what you wear to the office, I feel like adding a scarf on the handle of a bag gives the bag and your outfit a little more personality and style. And the trick with this one is when you wrap it, to make sure that each time you wrap it, you're making it really tight. Otherwise it'll get too loose, and as like the day goes on, it'll unravel. So I thought I would do a quick tutorial on how to wrap it around the handle, which might seem really obvious, but honestly, I needed this tutorial myself a couple years ago just because I could figure out why my handle just like did not look as good as like what I'm seeing on like Pinterest or something. And finally it clicked that it's because I wasn't wrapping it tight enough as I wrapped. So I'll share how I wrap. A little long. And this scarf in particular is meant to be wrapped around the handle of a bag, so it's not like as thick of a scarf, which is helpful. So if you have like a bigger, longer scarf, sometimes it can be a little like too thick to wrap around the handle. It can be done just a little more challenging. Okay, so we have the bag, we have our scarf. So this is what the scarf looks like. It's a really thin one and long. And then I like to have a little bit hanging out from the bag. So I'm going to just see kind of like just about right here. So what I'm going to do first is knot this. So I'm just going to wrap it around once, and we're just going to make a little knot here. And the key is just to always make sure everything's nice and tight. So here's my knot. I'm going to do nice and tight. And then this is the secret. So as you're wrapping this, so as you're wrapping this, I constantly hold on to it, like what's already been wrapped. So I'm going to wrap it once, and I'm constantly like putting pressure on it. Whereas before I used to just like wrap it like a little like willy-nilly like this, and just, it worked, but I found that like throughout the day it would unravel or get just like a little too loose. So now I just keep like it nice and tight, and then I always keep a finger on what I just wrapped. So I'm keeping a finger, and this is nice and tight. And then again, wrap it around once, and then I'm just putting my thumb on what I just wrapped just so it's nice and tight. And I just keep wrapping it around and around. And then when I get to the end, I kind of see how much I have left over to determine, okay, do I still need to keep wrapping, or are we good to tie it into the knot at the end? So again, I'm just keeping my thumb on, or finger, on whatever I just wrapped, just so it's nice and tight and it's not going anywhere. Okay. Whoops. All right, I'm coming to the end, and I still have quite a bit of overhang. So I'm going to just go go over what I already did, and just kind of probably have to go a couple more times around. So now I'm back right here. So I feel like I could probably go one more time this way, and we'll go back down again. Okay, now we're getting close to the end. Okay, so now I feel like I'm good to tie a knot. And so you just tie, I just make it a little loose at the end here. And then just gonna make it into a little knot. Like that. And then again, nice and tight so it doesn't go anywhere. And there you have it. I think this is so adorable. Okay, testing 1, 2, testing 1, 2. Can you hear that noise? My air conditioner is going, so I'm hoping it kind of like drowns it out. They're blowing like the leaves and like the lawn debris, and I keep waiting for them to finish. Oh. Okay, here we go. Okay, so another option, it's one of my personal favorites, is to wear a scarf in your hair. There's so many different ways to style a scarf in your hair. One of my personal favorites is as a headband. And so using the same scarf that I've shared earlier, I kind of just see which colors I might want to have like shown, especially even though there's really not too much, not any yellow in the scarf. I find the colors, like the multiple colors and the different colors, it just complements so many other colors like that you're wearing as a top. Like again, I'm wearing a yellow top and there's really no yellow in the scarf, but the colors in the scarf complement the colors of the top so well. I think because it's a print or partly because it's a print and then it has multiple colors in it, so it just kind of like plays off of the yellow top. You can also wear this scarf with like a blue top, a pink top, a brown top, like pull colors from the actual scarf as well. And so I'm just I just keep folding it over and over until I get the thickness and the colors I kind of want shown. Okay, I think that's good. I'm kind of doing this a little quickly just so that you get the idea. And okay, so here we go. So we have our scarf and you just put it on. I usually like to have some of my things showing, and I also like to have the tails of the scarf kind of showing at the bottom, so I'll have it kind of, instead of having this centered like behind my head and like have it poke through my head, I kind of like having it poke through at the bottom, like right here at the nape of my neck. Let's see. Oh, so that, and I just kind of play around with it, my hair with it. So I like having like this part, the tail, poking through it. It looks so cute. And then sometimes what I'll do is I'll also put like these kind of pins on the scarf, because I find the scarf, it's that like kind of like a slippery material. It's like that satiny material. I find that, especially if I'm like moving my head around, which I usually do, it can kind of move as the day goes on. So I'll just put like the pins where my ear is so you can't really see it. And I'll usually do one on each side just so that the scarf kind of stays put all day. And I'll do the same thing on this side, and if I need to, I'll also put one like behind my head. So here is another option to style the scarf in your hair. Okay, another hair option is to put your hair in a ponytail or like some kind of bun and just wrap the scarf around your hair, like around the elastic. I think it's so cute and so like effortless looking. I feel like the scarf kind of like makes the outfit, like the outfit is, I don't want to say boring or plain because it's a really cute outfit, but I feel like just adding the scarf makes the outfit like so much more stylish looking. So next look, I'm going to set the scene. So you're at the beach, it's hot, it's humid, you're going in the water, so your hair is getting wet, and your hair is like mine just like does not like any type of moisture. Like if it rained overnight and there's still some moisture like on the ground, on the sidewalk, in the grass, or even like in the morning there's like still some dew in the grass, like my hair does not like that. If I'm just like by a body of water, by the ocean, by a lake, by a pool, my hair just like does not like that either. I try so hard like with the products, with the hairspray, lots of hairspray, more hairspray. It just like does its own thing, especially like at the beach. So I really like this look, especially for the beach, because I think it looks so stylish at the beach, but again, it's also like secretly keeping my hair looking like really cute and tame. So gonna take your scarf again, and this one, so it depends on like how big your scarf is. I feel like this scarf is a little bigger than a typical scarf, and so I would just fold it just a little, just to get it a little smaller. And you can fold it so that like the fold shows at your forehead, or tuck it in, so I can do it like this so that it has like a different kind of like a break in the pattern, or I could flip it over like this on the other side so there's like no break in the pattern. And I think during the bait, I think we'll do where there is like a break in the pattern. I think it kind of adds more interest. So again, you're just gonna wrap it around your head, and then you're just gonna tie it in a knot in the back of your head and do 2 knots, and that way it'll stay put. And I think this also looks really cute with sunglasses. I'm just thinking like a day at the beach and you're sitting under your umbrella and you got your sunglasses on, reading a good book. So here's what it looks like from the back. Am I in the frame? Yeah, okay. And then with sunglasses on, I don't know what it is. Sunglasses just look so cute with it. Like, how cute is that? Even just like every day, I think this is such a cute look. It's also helping to protect your scalp and your hair from the sun and the heat. So bonus points for that. I feel like I can just go on and on with like different variations of how to style a scarf. So one last variation is with a bag, and I kind of like a bag that's kind of casual with this one. So I'm using this bucket bag that's kind of like a straw material, and again, it's like slouchy, it's casual looking. So I think this look looks really good with this. So I just literally just tie it around the handle like a really loose, like just one little knot, and just like let it dangle. It just kind of like gives something a little extra. That's so cute. Okay, so I think I'm going to end the video here because I feel like I can keep going on and on with like different variations. And I purposely didn't do any because I feel like scarves are usually worn around a neck. And like there's so many ways you can tie it around your neck as well. But I feel like because it's the summertime and you might or probably live somewhere that's really hot, and just like the thought of having something like tightly wrapped around your neck in the summertime probably doesn't sound very appealing. So I purposely didn't share any ways to style a scarf around your neck, but of course there's so many ways to style a scarf around your neck as well. But I hope you enjoyed today's video and found the styling tips helpful, and thank you so much for watching. And if you enjoy this video and like to see more styling tips, outfit ideas, I also mix in like other random videos like hair tutorials and vlogs, then be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss a video. And I hope I see you in my next video. Bye!